Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a Spirit of the St. Louis telephone that's in for repair, and this is Michael's telephone. And Michael is in the military, so we want to thank him for his service. And this telephone he's got a note about. It says the receiver does not work and all of the problems in your YouTube video are displayed. And so the problem with that is we have over 550 or so videos up, and a lot of them, many of them could be about Spirit of the St. Louis because we repair a lot of these telephones. So but anyway, I think he's got low receiver, or the receiver doesn't work, and so there's some issues with this telephone. And this is the initial checkout, but we're going to, stop the video and do a little break and troubleshoot and go through the telephone. We also want to get a number card here and install that. But we're going to go ahead and take this telephone apart now. I'm going to remove some of the screws because we have to get into it to troubleshoot it. So we'll do that real fast. They have quite a bit of screws in this back plate here for the base. We'll try to remove them as quickly as we can. And I'll give you a look at this main PC board that's in here. Now on these Spirit of St. Louis telephones, although they are a speakerphone, you have to remember that they're line driven. They don't have any kind of power supply, so there's no external type power that run these speakerphones. So they're only going to be as good as what the line voltage is, really, because they utilize the line voltage. Let's go ahead and remove the board now. This will kind of give you a look at the inside. This board is very difficult to remove because what they have here is there's a lip down here that they used for the base plate here, the bottom. And so what happens is, since there's LED lights that are in this board that go up into the front panel, the board has to actually be taken up and kind of worked out because there's a standoff here in your way, and then a transformer. So this board is very difficult to remove, and I'm not going to even try to remove it while we're on the video. It would take too long to remove it. You have to work it out. So this kind of gives you a look at the telephone, and we're going to be troubleshooting it. So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now. So what we're doing is troubleshooting the board And it's easier to take out the board if you're going to be troubleshooting it and just take the whole telephone out and kind of troubleshoot it, because you'd be flipping the board back and forth all the time. And so now what we're going to do is we've got a little pile of parts here that we're building up and that we've replaced. So now what we're going to do is some checks here. And I'm going to go ahead and plug the telephone in, give you some dial tone, and then we're going to go ahead and dial some numbers here. So I want to line my keypad up. And if you watch the analyzer, I'm going to end in a 2, and I'm going to hit flash and redial. And now what I want to do is I want to hang the hook switch up, and I want to hit the speakerphone option. End in a 2. We're going to hit flash. And it's going to end in a 2. Now I want to turn the speakerphone off. Give you some dial tone. I want to dial a 2. And I'm going to transmit into the handset. And if you watch this red light here on the analyzer, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. I'm going to hang up. Give you some dial tone. And so I can unplug the unit now. And what we're going to do is take a short break from the video, and we're going to put the telephone back together again, and we'll do some final checks in the later part of the video here. So basically what it's come down to is we've taken the board out so that we can move everything around and do our troubleshooting. It's easier to get to that way. And then now we'll put everything back together again and go from there. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back as soon as we get everything back together again so we can do some final checks. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we're finished up with this telephone. We also did a redesign of this telephone a little bit. In the earlier part of the video where we were troubleshooting the telephone, I had some extra parts, and so what I did was I incorporated them into this telephone. And so since Michael was having a problem with the receiving that, and the telephone had some issues, we went ahead and added that. Michael's in the military, and I kind of wanted to do a little bit of an extra kind of a little deal for him. And so since he was having a problem with the receive, we'll talk about that. And that's what this plate is. Now, most of these telephones, if you notice right here, would be for your modular port for your line cord, but then you have this hole here, which is for the tone and pulse switch. Well, I have a different plate. This is his, and we no longer need it. I also had another plate, so I'm going to kind of show you that while we're doing our final checks on this telephone. So what we want to do now is we want to go ahead and ring the telephone. And I'm going to turn the ringer all the way down. And then we have a light here. Now I want to turn the light off. Then I want to turn the ringer all the way up. And then we can turn our light back on. I'll let that go one more time. I'm going to give you some dial tone. And now what we want to do is we want to walk through our numbers. If you watch the analyzer here, you watch the numbers go by. I'm going to end in a 2. I'm going to hit flash and redial. That will end in a 2. Now what else I want to do is I want to take and hang the telephone up. I'm going to dial my number. Then I want to hit store memory 1. I want to hang up memory 1. Okay. We'll do that one more time. Now what we can do is I'll dial, like, say, a time and temp number. Store memory 2. We'll hang up memory 2. And it dialed that number. So now what we want to do is we want to hit speakerphone. That's all the way down. That's all the way up. We'll back it off a little. Walk through our numbers. In a 2. Flash. Redial. It'll end in a 2. Should be able to hit flash. Memory 1. That'll be my number. We can hit flash again. Memory 2. Now what we want to do is I want to tap where the microphone is. And if you watch this red light, that would be 100% modulation. Hello, 1, 2, 3. So we know everything is working on the telephone. One last thing I want to check. Give you some dial tone. I want to dial it 2, and I want to transmit into the handset. And if you watch this red light here on the analyzer, that's an indication of 100% modulation every time you see that red light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. Now we also have him a new card, because when the telephone come in, it did not have a card in it, so we've got him a new card in there. Now I'll kind of turn this telephone around in a second here as soon as we plug into a regular telephone line, and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about, that plate in the volume control. So let's go ahead and put it on a regular telephone line, and we'll call, like, say, a time and temp number.
Good evening. Today is Sunday, April 15th. The time is 9:14. Current temperature 65 degrees. Now the Belleville area weather forecast. Occasional showers and thunderstorms tonight, then becoming partly cloudy, very windy, a low in the mid-50s. Monday, mostly sunny, windy and cooler, a high around 70.
Okay. Now I'm going to back that down a little bit because you can get some feedback once in a while. I'm going to dial my number, but I'm going to do it with a memory. And it'll be busy. Another thing we'll do, give you some dial tone. I'll dial my number again. And it's busy. And we can dial one other number.
Thank you for calling Walmart.
Okay, well, we don't need to speak to them. Okay, now, so we know the telephone is in working condition. What we can do is I'm going to go ahead and show you. I have the telephone kind of propped up here with some tape, but a roll of tape. If you look here, you'll see your tone switch, if you can see that. And then we have a volume control. So what I want to do is I want to take the telephone line and plug it back over into the analyzer. I'm going to give you some dial tone, but I'm going to move the volume switch. That would be medium and low. Back to medium, and then high again. So what we basically did was, since I had some extra parts, which is it's not very common for the Spirit of St. Louis's to have the high, medium, and low volume control on them. Some of them had them, most of them didn't. And since we had the extra parts, I went ahead and utilized them for Michael's telephone here, since he had a problem with the receive side of his telephone to begin with. And he had a few other issues on the board that pertain to that, but basically we utilized him a volume control here, so I have it on high now. But I thought that would be kind of a little extra added situation that we could do for him. And so now the telephone is repaired. We can get this back to Michael, and he'll be able to start using it now and be able to enjoy the telephone. We'll dial the numbers one more time. I'm going to end in a 2. I'm going to hang up. Hit redial. It's going to end in a 2. I'm going to transmit into the handset one more time. If you watch this red light here on the analyzer, that's 100% modulation. Hello, hello. These Spirit of St. Louis telephones are really cool. They're very sought after. We repair a lot of them. People want to save them, and they're just a really cool telephone. And so now Michael can enjoy this one. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.